Give it a little bit of a sanding, and then we're going to use some spackling. Now this particular spackling is pink when you put it on and dries white. That way you know when it's dry and you need to sand or move on to the next step, you can. So we created a heart, and then we're going to go around the edges and 2 of the corners. I also put a few little spots throughout the board. You can make this as rough or smooth looking as you want. There's my beautiful baby girl, Lana. She is the original crafty queen, y'all. We've had like 3 snow days this week, so she was gracing us with her presents, showing you that she lost a tooth and letting me know that the tooth fairy forgot her yet again. All right, so back to the project. We're gonna give our spackling a dry. You could also let this air dry, but I wanted to speed up the process. Squirrel. These are the watercolor pencils Alana got me for Christmas. They are amazing. Okay, so then we're going to give our dried spackling 2 coats of brown paint. Make sure you use a soft brush. I find that spackling flakes off if you touch it too hard. So using a soft brush allows me to get in all those nooks and crannies. It also makes it to where it doesn't keep flaking off and I have to keep repainting. We're going to dry both coats of our brown paint in between. I'm using some teal paint and some water, sporadically placing that throughout the project. And I gave that a good dry. Then it was time to add some copper. I find using a sponge makes this really easy. Okay, wardrobe change. This was done in 2 parts. So moving on like nothing happened. We're going to touch up any parts that look white. That's just dry spackling. And I'm doing that with some brown paint and a very soft brush. Now the very back of this project will be painted solid brown. But since I did put spackling on the sides of this project as well, and it could be hanging or leaning, everything I'm doing to the front, I'm doing to the sides. Then we'll give that a good dry, and then we're going to go in with some teal paint and water. If you want a more condensed look, you're going to use the soft side of the sponge, and when you want more sporadic, you're going to use the scratchy side of the sponge. And like I said, don't forget your sides. Give it a good dry. Now I have 2 different copper colors, so it just kind of adds another dimension, but I'm using those. And again, just alternating through each side of the sponge until I get the results that I like. Now, of course, these are my colors and my style. You can make this as pretty or as rusty crusty as you like. I think a grungy one with some cinnamon and coffee would be amazing as well, or you could go with a more shabby chic, prettier look. So after the copper, I do mix some black paint with some water. I was going to use a black wax, but the only black wax I have is pretty stiff. It's not runny like the Waverly wax, and I didn't want to flake off any more spackling and have to repaint it. But the black paint and water worked like a charm. It's giving us a little shadow and depth around certain areas. And then I used a scratchy side of a sponge and added a few spots of black that way as well. I don't like my projects to look planned or placed or perfect, and this one definitely does not. This is one of those ideas that turned out way better than I had it in my head, and I am so grateful. I hope y'all enjoyed this project, and if you try something like it, I hope you'll share it with me. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye!